Today I'm making a gluten-free seitan pepperoni. I have made a summer sausage, a wheat gluten pepperoni, and even some vegan pepperoni rolls on this channel, but I think I found the best version yet. This recipe is lighter, it's wheat-free, and packed with protein and all of the flavors. I have so many great recipes to share this year, so if you haven't yet, click that subscription button and ring the notification bell so you don't miss out on those recipes. Hit that like button and let's get started. For this recipe, I am using konjac or yam cakes to imitate the fat marbling for the recipe. I have used it in a couple other videos and it works really well here, soaking up the oil and fat for this dish. Prepare the yam cakes by draining and boiling in hot water for 2 to 3 minutes. Chop and blend into small pieces with 1 tablespoon of olive oil and a teaspoon of sesame oil and set aside. I have also seen people use crumbled tofu, but I prefer the fatty texture of the yam cake. To make the bulk of this recipe, we are using a couple of specialized products. All of these are things that I use on a weekly basis, and if you are interested in making your own plant-based meats and cheeses, these are well worth it. I will link all of those products and where to get them in the description box as well as on my website. Start by adding a half cup of pea protein, a 1/4 cup of beetroot powder. This is optional and just for color. 1 teaspoon of potato starch, 2.5 teaspoons of konjac powder. In some of my recent recipes, you may have seen me use methyl cellulose as a binding agent. If you want to sub that here, add in 2 tablespoons. Many people were looking for an alternative, so I wanted to give a more natural product a try. Next, add in 1.5 teaspoons of kappa carrageenan. This is another natural binder, and mix to combine. For the seasonings, I'm using 1 teaspoon each of garlic powder, red chili flakes, and ground black pepper, 2 teaspoons of minced onions and paprika, 1 teaspoon of salt, a 1/2 teaspoon of sugar, and a 1/2 teaspoon of crushed anise seeds and fennel. You can sub the last 2 for a 5-spice powder. This is a great mix of seeds and spices that will give the dish a great flavor if you are on a budget. Mix to combine and set aside. In a separate bowl, add 1 cup of vegetable broth, 2 tablespoons of soy sauce or liquid aminos, 1 teaspoon of tomato paste, 2 teaspoons of brown mustard, 2 teaspoons of liquid smoke, and 1 teaspoon of molasses. This is going to give us that iron and umami flavor that you find in many of the Beyond Meat products. Mix this to combine, then add to the dry mixture and add in 1 cup of the konjac pieces. It's going to be soupy at first, but will form as you mix. If it continues to be too wet, add in more pea protein 1 tablespoon at a time until a sticky dough forms. For shaping the dough, you can buy vegan edible casing if you like. I'm just using reusable cling wrap. Both products are linked below. Shape the dough, then wrap and roll to smooth out any of the cracks and bumps. Next, lay out a piece of aluminum foil, remove the cling wrap, and tightly fold over the foil, twisting the ends to secure. Then add another layer of aluminum foil to seal. Next, bring a large pot of water to a boil and simmer the pepperoni for 90 minutes, flipping halfway through. These can also be baked at 400 degrees for 60 minutes, but I found that the boiling method works best to help retain that bright red color. I slice mine after it's done and then soak it in olive oil, red pepper flakes, and some smoked paprika until ready for use. This will not only enhance the color, it will keep them fresh until they're ready to eat. You can add these to pizza or pasta. If you like them crisp like I do, bake for another 10 to 15 minutes with the dish, or simply serve as is and enjoy. Hey, Let me know what you thought of the video in the comment box below. It really helps my channel, and I always try to answer any questions or comments I find down there. Mahalo, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the kitchen.